Well, they say good things come to those who wait, and look at the weather we have here at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. It's the IMSA VP Racing SportsCar Challenge, race one of two of the weekend, and this is the third event weekend for this championship in 2024. It couldn't come at a more challenging racetrack than the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. Brand new racing surface here. And, man, these competitors cannot wait to get at it. 13 weeks since the last time they raced in St. Petersburg, and now here to the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course, right in the middle of the state of Ohio, just south of Cleveland. And this racetrack has been providing spectators with some great action for years. You look at it, that front straight through turn one, fastest corner on the racetrack, and then down into the keyhole. The keyhole, good passing opportunity, and that leads you on to really the only long straightaway here, and even it has a kink in it. Hard braking, good overtaking into turn four, through Madness, and then through Thunder Valley, into the carousel, and around and complete a lap here at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. Welcome in, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Brian Till, along with Jeremy Shaw. We'll bring you all the action and expect plenty of it. A brand new racing surface here. It has provided really good grip for these drivers, and I think consistency on longer tire runs as well, Jeremy.
Yeah, good morning, Brian, and everybody. Great to have you with us here at Mid-Ohio. Beautiful weather here as well. The track surface, people I've been talking to saying it's beautiful. It's really smooth, much more smooth than it used to be, but not as much grip as had been expected. Generally, when tracks get repaved, they pick up an enormous amount of grip. That doesn't seem to be the case here, Brian, but everybody seems pretty happy. And as you say, tire degradation pretty minimal.
Absolutely, and I think it's one of those things that right now the track, Jeremy, is really sensitive to temperature. This morning, definitely a lack of grip. Not a lot of sun on the racetrack, but it's a really nice dark color, and it's going to hold that temperature that it gains from the sun throughout the day. And we may see times even faster in the race than what we saw in qualifying.
Yeah, that's a really good point, because as you say, once the sun starts beating down, a bit more track temperature there, and it helps these Michelin tires really gain more grip. And we've seen, I speak to several people as this weekend has progressed, and the lap times they've been turning during the practice sessions yesterday weren't nearly as good as they were when they were here testing a week or so ago. So fair few people scratching their heads a bit, but look, this is race time now. Let's get on with it, and no excuses from here on out.
Well, you always scratch your head when you come to a racetrack, right? It's never quite the way that you want it to be. You're always chasing something, and I think as this track has gotten rubbered in, the drivers are chasing it a little bit there. So VP Racing Sports Car Challenge, two different classes of cars. The P3 category based on the LMP3 based prototype, really neat race car. Should be a lot of fun around this racetrack. And then GSX, GT4 based cars, just like you would see in Michelin Pilot Challenge, but single driver format, sprint race, 45 minutes long, and that always brings excitement, Jeremy, and a really good field here with Jagger Jones leading things off.
Yeah, right, we've got a field of 22 cars. We've got 9 in the LMP3 category and 13 in GSX. And if we look at the qualifying took place earlier on this morning in GSX, it is the McLaren for Motorsports in Action with Jesse Lazare from Canada on the pole position. That's car number 21, that lone McLaren Artura GT4 in the field. Second position, making his debut in this championship, young Josh Green for Thay's Competition in his Mercedes-AMG GT4. It's car number 78. The second row, guy who was quickest in practice yesterday, Luca Mars from Pennsylvania in the Core Motorsports Ford Mustang. And then the best of the Aston Martins, that's Ruckus Racing's Scott Blind, who will start fourth, and best of the Bronze Cup contenders. So, and then it's a phalanx of BMWs. There's 5 BMWs in a row, led by last year's Michelin Pilot Challenge Series champion, Vin Barletta, making his run here for Turner Motorsports. So 5 different cars at the front of the field in GSX. In LMP3, it's all Ligier JSP 320 cars in the field, except for one. That will be the Duquesne for Fast MD Racing with M-Star, car number 87. That's driven by Jagger Jones, and it's Jagger Jones who will start on the pole position in that car number 87. Stephen Agakani, the championship leader for MLT Motorsport, starts alongside on the front row.
Should be a great race here between those two young guns. Jagger Jones on the pole in that dark-colored prototype, the Duquesne chassis, as you talked about, Jeremy, the 87, the number 6, the teal and silver Ligier alongside, waiting to get into the start zone. Jagger Jones and Al Ghakani squeezing him down a little bit. Games being played already. Jagger Jones in the throttle. Green flag flies, racing at Mid-Ohio. VP Racing Sports Car Challenge down the straightaway into turn 4, and Al Ghakani wisely slipping in behind Jones as they get down to the brake zone.
Yeah, I think Jagger Jones was probably thinking there, what are you playing at there, trying to crowd me as the pole sitter? I'll show you, and he did. He got a great start, led the field down at the end of that straightaway. He's got a healthy lead as they head through this really tricky section of the racetrack here at Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course.
Yeah, they call this area madness, and you can see why. Right, left. You really have no time to rest right now. Drivers really just trying to get these tires up to temperature, up to pressure, so they can get the grip that they need. And you see the two classes there. Prototypes first through Thunder Valley and into the carousel, and a good battle in GSX behind with the McLaren of Jesse Lazar from the pole on point.
Yeah, and as is traditional here at Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course, the race started on the back stretch here, but we've now completed the first lap. The clock started. This is a 45-minute race. The clock started as they crossed what will be the finish line, and then they took the actual start race half a lap later. So it's already now one lap in the books. Jagger Jones leads from Stephen Agacani. Miguel Villagomez in the best of the Bronze Cup category in the LMP3 contingent, car number 23 for Escuderia Abro in third position at car number 23.
On that long shot, watching the prototype field, the P3s come into the keyhole, back at the back of the order, kind of the tail of the dog. You can see Seth Lucas still weaving his P3 Ligier back and forth, trying to find temperature in those tires and get them up to temperature so he can go and do battle. First time we've seen Seth Lucas in the series in 2024. And it's a great lineup of drivers. You look at that young talent up front, Jagger Jones, Stephen Agacani, Villagomez, Jordan Minzen, his first race in the series, and he's doing a great job running in the 4th position right now as you look back at GSX.
Yeah, and there is a McLaren leading there. Luca Mars jumps up in the 2nd position in that Ford Mustang for Core Motorsports. He's got ahead of Josh Green on that opening lap. Josh Green runs in 3rd position. And then the best of the Bronze Cup categories at Scott Blind, once again running a really fine 4th position in that ruckus race in that bright yellow Aston Martin.
Well, I think about Josh Green, Jeremy, and there's a young driver predominantly known for his open wheel prowess. I think he was one of your Team USA scholarship participants. So in this Mercedes, this is kind of a different ball game. He spent a little time in GT cars.